dear students. Welcome to a new class of class 8. So in our last class, we discussed about, what did we discuss? Can you guess it? Can you remember it? Yes, that is subject-verb agreement. Okay? So in which we learned about placing right subject and right verb. Verbs occurring to the subject. If the subject is singular, you have to place a singular verb, and if the subject is plural, you have to place a plural verb. Very good. So subject and verb should always match. This is called subject-verb agreement. So now today we are going to discuss about something new. Can you guess it? Yes, that is a listening text. Okay. So here you will be listening something as well as you will be speaking. That's why it is listening as well as speaking. So before I start my lesson, I would like you to watch some pictures. Okay, look at the screen. Okay, what do you see here? What are these people doing there? You can see here in the screen. Okay, so what do you see there? Yes, there you can see two people playing chess. Good. So what is the boy doing there then? Okay, he is playing volleyball. Very good. Then let's look at the third picture. What is the boy doing there? Okay, he is swimming. Wow, you're right. Okay, and last one, let's see the last picture. What is the man doing there? He is playing a video game. Okay, do you play these games? Yes, you play. But it is not a good idea to play the video games all the time. Is that okay? You should play, but you should not play all the time. Okay? That's not good. So, can you guess what we are going to discuss today within this, let's say, listening and speaking activity? Okay, favorite activities. Okay? So, here, again, I would like you to watch let's look at a picture. Okay, let's look at the picture. So who are these people? They are like you, students. Okay, so can you guess what they are doing there? Okay, they do have books. Yes, they are reading. Okay, what is the boy doing there in the picture? This is the first question. He is reading book. Okay, what types of books do you like reading? Look at the question there. What types of books do you like reading? Please, can you name some books that you like to read? Yes. When I was like you, like students of class 8, okay, I used to read different books like novels, poems, essays, etc., etc. I even read comics because I, let's say, wanted some enjoyment, definitely. Well done. Last one is reading a good habit? Do you think so? Okay, yes, it is a good habit. So you can write answers like this, okay, but your answers may vary, okay, because your likes of reading books may be different, okay. For example, you can write answer like, I like reading stories, poems and novels, but your likes may be something else, okay. So last one is reading a good habit. Of course, it is a good habit. So I'll show you why reading is a good habit. Okay. So first thing, if you read books, okay, you'll become what? Very good. You'll become creative. That means you will have more ideas, varying ideas, okay, so that you can make creative ideas, okay. Next, it is a good pastime. Pass free time. For example, instead of playing games, video games or something like that, you can read books, okay, so that you can what? Learn new things, okay. So you can add more here. For example, it helps to what? Build your character. Okay. Next, can you guess it? Yes, it is. It helps to reduce boredom. It means whenever you are bored, you can read books so that you get again energized. You get some motives to do something. Okay? Yes, very good. That's why you can say it is good habit to read. Okay. Now, I would like to play the audio, okay, and you have to do some activities. There are only 2 activities, okay, but don't worry, because I'll play the audio for 3 times, okay. On the very first time, you have to do what? You don't need to, let's say, bother about doing all the activities at the same time. Same listening. Don't think that you have to do all the things at the same time within one listening. No. Okay. So you can make notes with your pencil. Let's say you can, write something there in your book as well. Make very short notes, okay, so that you can, make complete note at the end, okay. So now there are 3 activities you have to do. The first one is you have to listen to the audio and decide whether these sentences are true or false. Okay, please read out these sentences. Okay, and I like to read these sentences for you. Number A, Binod likes reading books. Binod likes reading books. Mind it. Pema hates reading books. Number C, Binod is healthy. Number D, Binod will try to play games. And last one, Pema finds Binod always reading books. Now, after, reading these sentences, you can focus your attention on those items only so that you can easily answer these, okay? So, please remember. Next, what you do is you have to listen to the audio and find out, okay? Just pick out the missing words there, okay? There is a dialogue, okay, with missing words. What you do is you have to listen to the dialogue and fill in the missing words there. You can see the blank space is there, okay? So, let me read out what is there. You can read as well together with me. Pema, Binod, I always blank space you reading books. Binod, I like blank space books. Again, there is blank space. Pema, don't you like blank space books? Sorry, games? Binod, if I play games, I don't ... time to read. You have to fill in the gaps, okay? Pema again there. You should blank space for some time. if you are always blank space with books, your mind becomes again blank space. Games refresh your mind. Binod, we can blank space our minds in other ways too. Okay. Pema, yes, it can be done in blank space too, but games improve your health. Binod, my blank space is good. I don't have to play games. Pema, your health may be good now, but games are necessary to blank space it. Again, Binod there. Then I'll try to play some blank space. You can, let's say, think of some other ideas. Okay. Number last one is please blank space it. Okay. So now your task is to listen to the audio and do these tasks. Okay. On the very first listening, okay. Now, are you ready to listen to the audio? Yes. Okay. So now I'm going to play the audio for the first time, and what do? You have to find out who the speakers are. Okay. So listen to it now.
Binod, I always find you reading books.
I like reading books, Pema.
Don't you like to play games?
If I play games, I don't get enough time to read.
You should play for some time. If you are always occupied with books, your mind becomes dull. Games refresh your mind.
We can refresh our minds in other ways too.
Yes, it can be done in other ways too, but games improve your health.
My health is good. I don't have to play games.
Your health may be good now, but games are necessary to maintain it.
Then I'll try to play some games.
Please do it.
Okay, this is your first listening. Okay, so how many people are there speaking? Yes, you're right. There are 2. Can you name them? Who are these people? Well done. They are. Can we repeat it once? Okay, Binod and yes, Pema. Okay, the boy is there, Binod, and Pema, the female voice. Okay, so now you have to do the tasks now in the second listening. Okay, there are 2 tasks as I already said you. The first one is, what is it? True or false. And the second one is gap filling. Very good. So these are your activities. Okay, so these are your sentences that you have to do. I'll show these sentences on the chart paper as well, so that you'll find it easier to do. Okay, and I'll show the other slide. Okay, so these are your sentences. You have to try to, let's say, find out whether these are true or false. Okay, and I'll show another activity on the screen there. Okay, and you have to decide whether these sentences are true or false and do this gap filling exercise together. Okay, so let's listen to the audio for the second time.
Binod, I always find you reading books.
I like reading books, Pema.
Don't you like to play games?
If I play games, I don't get enough time to read.
You should play for some time. If you are always occupied with books, your mind becomes dull. Games refresh your mind.
We can refresh our minds in other ways too.
Yes, it can be done in other ways too, but games improve your health.
My health is good. I don't have to play games.
Your health may be good now, but games are necessary to maintain it.
Then I'll try to play some games.
Please do it.
Okay, thank you very much for your active listening. Okay, I saw you doing activities quite eagerly. Very good. So, do you want to listen to it again? Yes. Now, you have to, I guess that you have finished all these activities, doing activities, okay? Now, what you do is, you have to check whether your answers are correct or not. Is that right? Okay. So, let's listen to the activity for the third time.
Binod, I always find you reading books.
I like reading books, Pema.
Don't you like to play games?
If I play games, I don't get enough time to read.
You should play for some time. If you're always occupied with books, your mind becomes dull. Games refresh your mind.
We can refresh our minds in other ways too.
Yes, it can be done in other ways too, but games improve your health.
My health is good. I don't have to play games.
Your health may be good now, but games are necessary to maintain it.
Then I'll try to play some games.
Please do it.
Now, I guess that you have completed your answers. Okay? So, let's do it together. Let's do the first activity first. Okay? This is study. Okay? Listen to the audio and decide whether these sentences are true or false. That is the instruction there. Okay? Now, your task is to tell me, okay, whether these sentences are true or false. What you have written there. Okay? So, the first sentence is Binod likes reading books. What have you written there? Is it true or false? It's yes, it is true. Okay? So, I have just written T here. It refers to true. Number B, Pema hates reading books. It's quite opposite to the first sentence, isn't it? Okay? Is it true or false? What have you written there? Yes, it is true. Somebody is saying true? No, this is false. Why? Because she does not say that she hates reading books. Nowhere she says, okay, that she hates reading books. Number C, Binod is healthy. So what's your answer? Please tell me. Okay, this is again true. He claims that his health is good. Number D, Binod will try to play games. Is it true or false? Yes, it is again true. Okay, finally, Binod is convinced that he has to play games. Last sentence, number E is Pema finds Binod always reading books. Is it true or false? What have you written there? It is definitely true. This is the very first information that you listen to. Okay, so the first sentence is true, second is false, third is true, again fourth is true, and last one is also true. Very good. Can I move on to the next activity then? Okay. So let me take it out. Okay. So let's do the next task. Okay. So here, let's share, okay, what you have written there, and I will show you the right answers. Okay. The first one, Binod, I always ... you reading books. What's your answer? What have you written there? Very good. It is find. Okay. Binod, I always find you reading books. This is what Pema says. Okay. Then what does Binod reply? Okay. Binod says, definitely I like reading books. Then what is that, let's say, there after books? Can we repeat it once? Yes. Pema. Okay. Again, Pema replies, asks, don't you like ... games? What have you written there? Okay, that's quite right. It is to play. Okay. Don't you like to play games? Okay. So she has asked, don't you like to play games? Okay. So this is how we can ask questions about people's likes or dislikes. Remember, we'll come to this point later on as well. Now, other ways also there. Don't you like playing games? Okay, look at the verb here. One is to play, another is playing. So these are the two ways that you can use to express or ask people about their likes or dislikes. Okay, remember it. Next, Binod says, if I play games, I don't time to read. So what's your answer there? Okay, get enough time to read. That means Binod is focused on his studies. He wants to read all the time. He thinks that if he plays games, then what happens? He won't get enough time to read. Very good. Next, Pema, you should blank space for some time. What have you written there? Okay, that's quite right. Play for some time. Does she say that you should play every time? No. You should play for some time, daily. Okay? You should not study all the time. If you are always, what is there? Okay, that is occupied. Very good. What does occupy mean? It means covered with something. So if you read always the books, okay, book. If you don't think of other things except books, what happens? She says that your mind becomes, what happens? Dull. Okay? Means you won't be creative. Okay? It becomes dull. So what happens if you play games? Pema says, games refresh your mind. Okay, Binod again replies, we can blank space our minds in other ways too. What have you written there? Can you repeat it once? Okay, that is very good. We can refresh our minds in other ways too. I told you earlier that reading books also refreshes your mind, but if you read a lot of books, okay, again you need some refreshment, and then so we can do something else. Okay, not only Binod is in favor that he can do other things, okay, except playing games. So yes, it can be done in other ways too, but there are different ways of refreshment. But Pema says that games improve our health. Okay, she says, yes, it can be done in other ways too, but games improve your health. Next, again Binod is there. Okay, he says, my blank space is good. What is there? What have you written there? Repeat it once. Okay, my health is good. Okay, I don't have to play games. I'm strong. I don't need to play games, he claims. Okay. Pema, your health may be good now, but games are necessary to blank space. What have you written there? Well done. Can you spell it? Yes, it is maintain, maintain, to continue something. So, if your health is good, you need to play games, okay, so that you can maintain, you can continue your good health. Okay, that's very good. Again, there is Binod. Then, I will try to play some what? Video games? What have you written there? Can you repeat it once? Okay, that's quite right. Then I'll play some games. Okay, very good. Last is Pema speaking there. What have you written there? Okay, very good. This is please do it. Okay, so these are the activities that you have to do or had to do while listening, and we together did it, didn't we? Yes. Now there is one activity left, okay, for you to do. Now in the third activity, activate yourself, okay. You have to work in pairs. You know pair? Two people working together is a pair, okay. So play the role of Binod and Pema. So in your book there is Pemba, that's a mistake there. So Binod and Pema, they're speaking, and act out the dialogue in the class. Okay? So let me read out the dialogue for you once, and then you will again practice with me. Are you ready to do it? Yes. Pema, Binod, I always find you reading books. Binod, I like reading books, Pema. Pema, don't you like to play games? Binod, if I play games, I don't get enough time to read. Pema, you should play for some time. If you are always occupied with books, your mind becomes dull. Games refresh your mind. Binod, we can refresh our minds in other ways too. Okay? Pema, yes, it can be done in other ways too, but games improve your health. Binod, my health is good. I don't have to play games. Pema, your health may be good now, but games are necessary to maintain it. Binod, then I'll try to play some games. And Pema, please do it. Okay, this is the dialogue that we created together by filling in the gaps given there in your book. Okay, now let's practice it together. I have a friend, okay, to act out this conversation. Okay, so let's listen to it, and you have to practice after this class is over. Okay, you have to practice the dialogue, your conversation together with your friend. Okay, now I'll provide you with another model which I have recorded to you. Is that right? Okay.
Binod, I always find you reading books.
I like reading books, Pema.
Don't you like to play games?
If I play games, I don't get enough time to read.
You should play for some time. If you are always occupied with books, your mind becomes dull. Games refresh your mind.
We can refresh our minds in other ways too.
Yes, it can be done in other ways too, but games improve your health.
My health is good. I don't have to play games.
Your health may be good now, but games are necessary to maintain it.
Then I'll try to play some games.
Please do it.
Okay, so this is how you have to practice this conversation with your friends. Okay, now I guess that you enjoyed the activities there up to now. Okay, now according to Binod, okay, there are some other activities that we can do to refresh ourselves except reading books. Okay, can you make some, let's say, list of the activities
Binod.
like this? Okay, here are the list of the activities that you can do whenever you have free time. So you can, let's say, tell me which of the following activities do you like doing at your leisure time. It means whenever you have free time, okay, what you'll do? What will you do? Okay, the first one is cycling. You can go, okay, on the hilly regions, cycling. Okay, next is going jogging. Number third is mountain climbing or rock climbing. Okay, Next is playing video games by sitting on a chair, armchair, okay, and play on the computer screen, okay. Next is reading newspapers or books that we have just talked about. Singing, you can sing, okay, or even dance. Playing musical instruments like guitar, marbles, you can learn something, okay. That's why you can get refreshed. Watching movies on TVs or YouTubes or something like that. And last one is there for you is gardening. Okay, so I have enlisted some of the activities that you can do, but you must be careful enough that you should not spoil your stories. Okay, first thing is story, and then you can do all the activities like these, okay, after your tasks are over. Okay, so I hope that all these activities were quite entertaining to you. Okay, we discussed about let's say listening as well as speaking activities in today's lesson. I hope that you enjoyed the lesson, and this much for today. Thank you very much.